It's a historic signing ceremony at the White House this week. Are we expected to hear any announcements regarding trade and commerce?
I think that the trade and commerce is a very important part of the overall relations between Israel and the UAE. Um, um, I would say there has been a trade or bilateral trade between Israel and the UAE, but it wasn't a direct trade throughout the years. And I think that the agreement will enable this under the radar trade to pop up and to be on the ground and to allow business people from both countries to make a direct and transparent and open trade and business between themselves.
Okay, so let's start with what the normalization agreement can do to the Israeli economy. What do you estimate the contribution of this new market to be for cross-border deals, export and import?
You can really think about two advanced and developed economies that trade with each other. If we analyze similar economies with about the same size of population, which is around 10 million, and the same GDP per capita, I would say the same size of economy, we can see that with such countries, we normally have a bilateral trade, which is at least $500 million US, but it can reach even further.
Okay, is there anything that is off the table for the Arab Gulf countries? Any areas of investment that Israel has drawn a red line on?
No. I think that we felt after the few first moments of excitement, natural excitement, when we started talking with our colleagues at the UAE, I felt like I'm talking to my colleagues in Europe or in the United States or in any other country. We speak the same business language. We talk with the same terms. Both of us, I believe, are open-minded, and we are trying to serve our business communities and our economies the best way we can.
Okay, is the Ministry of Economy planning on opening a representative office there, Mr. Cohen? And if so, how soon can we expect to see that on the ground?
Yes, we do. We do wish to open a commercial and economic mission at the newly opened embassy in the UAE. We hope that it will be sooner rather than later. So as soon as we can, we will start operating.
By the end of the year, you think?
As we say in the region, inshallah, meaning hopefully. Yes, the intention is to do it as soon as we can. I mean, we don't want to waste time and wait. And in the past 10 days, I have been approached quite heavily by many Israeli business people who are looking and trying to explore opportunities with the UAE. And I think that such an office can be a very important point of contact to start the first businesses in the UAE.
We understand that a first reciprocal delegation from the UAE might arrive in Israel soon. What's on the agenda? What sort of industries will they visit?
Yeah. The formation of the delegation hasn't been hasn't been set yet, so it might be a bit too early. But what we are trying to do, like the things that we started in our visit, is that as we didn't have diplomatic relations since, let's say, the past 50 years almost, since the UAE has been established as a state, as a country, we need to develop or to sign different agreements that we have with different economies, and it can be a trade agreement that to make sure that the trade between the countries is being facilitated and there are no unnecessary barriers to trade. If it is about innovation, if it is about standardization to make sure that standards are not being a barrier between the countries, and the trade can be can flow as smooth as possible. So as we didn't have diplomatic relations, we need to make things in parallel. So we are going to talk about several agreements that we wish to push forward and to finally sign with them.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ohad Cohen, the Trade Commissioner of the State of Israel. Thanks for joining the show.
Thank you so much.